Get off your bed, you lazy. I am lazy. I'm waiting for the Capcom stuff. There's nothing happening right now. At all. What's this red thing? Did I just die? Well, I'm sure it's fine. You're so quiet. I'm not quiet. You're just deaf. And selective hearing. Stop it. Get some help. Look at that. It sounds perfect. Flawless. Amazing. Look, I got Mallow. Wow. Amazing. I made Mallow watch the indie thing with me, and it was pretty good. And there were only like 3 notable games. Why are they showing Mario Kart VR? God of War! I wish that was being shown off. God of War Ragnarok looks cool. What good games we got now? I don't know. Capcom is in charge of Street Fighter and Mega Man, which it doesn't do anything with. And what else does Capcom do? Literally nothing else. I doubt it, but they did make 3 Zelda games, or I think technically 4. And Capcom does nothing. They suck. Screw them. Oh yeah, they do Resident Evil. Yeah, that too. I think they did actually say that Capcom is gonna focus on. I don't really know. Hold on. Let me check.
Play for All is our yearly online event that combines the excitement and announcements of E3 with charity live streams the following week with lots of special guests who are going to help us raise money.
My phone is at 3%.
So join us in June for E3 and Play for All on GameSpot.com, YouTube.com/GameSpot, Twitch.tv/GameSpot, and as a part of E3's official broadcast. See you then.
Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, and Ace Attorney is all news that people are expecting, I guess. Why is Soulja Boy there? Who? What?
More realistically speaking, probably like
Soulja Boy, tell him. Is he talking about his game console? Honestly, I should have been really white and said, "Why is Soldier Boy here?"
2021, we are having so much fun on day 3.
That guy's still alive.
Capcom has so many great franchises, and one of the longest running.
I don't think he.
With a feature film and a sequel.
I don't think he would be dead.
It's been a busy year for the property. The folks at Capcom sat down for an AMA with Reddit to talk about their newest release, Monster Hunter Rise.
Ooh. Ooh! Why'd she do that? Who invited her? Why is she here? Monster Hunter Rise. Ooh. Ooh. Rise.
Hello Reddit, I'm Yuri from the Monster Hunter community.
Hi, I'm not Reddit.
Capcom USA.
Left her her ooh and that other lady's laugh. Those are highlights.
Last month, we collected a number of your questions and sent them to Monster Hunter Rise director Yasunori Chinose. Unfortunately, he was unable to record a video of his answers, but he gave them to me right.
I want to try Rise.
I'll be delivering them to
it
you
seems fun,
on his behalf.
And it might actually help me get into Monster Hunter. But
all the newly added monsters are my favorite. If I were to choose,
I kind of hope they don't only focus on Ace Attorney, Resident Evil, and Monster Hunter, because those 3 games are already out. E3 is about the future, not current stuff. So hopefully they don't spend too much time on those. That would be great. They sure did already release all of those. I'm concerned about that, but it should be fine. Like, I would expect some DLC for 2 of the 3 things. Unless they just want to promote them. Yeah. I mean, if they want to promote them, that's fine. But, like, they definitely have to have other stuff. They can't just be focusing on these 3 already released brand new games. Like, you can't just release something and then suddenly say, hey, Resident Evil Village is out. Here's some DLC. Also, here's some spoilers for the endgame. Why? Capcom, no.
理由の方はですね、僕はハンマーを使ってるんですが、鉄柱回転攻撃
That's where I got the hands off my wife and I don't use that one too much. And the horny police clips. Essentially from Resident Evil 8.
My favorite Silkbind move is
I've tried Monster Hunter twice. Never heard the wife one. I've used it like 3 times. So I can't really blame you. I need to use it more often. There's just not really a good time to use it. Really? They're based on yokai? I didn't know that.
It's Kappa for me. When I was younger,
Kappa.
I saw a scene on TV where a man was dragged into a river by a kappa.
They sure do.
And from
Kappas
that,
are weird.
I learned that it is dangerous to go near rivers.
And canon in Yakuza. That's weird. It's still weird to me. It still like blows my mind. Turn them up. I love it when Japanese people like are talking and then they just go eh.
During development, I
don't know if that actually translates to anything or if it's just like us going
But for a bowgun, I used the weapon to test out long-range distance.
はい、一番好きな武器はですね、
ご
存知の方もいるかもしれないんですけど、僕はもうシリーズを通してずっとハンマーを使ってますので、まあもちろん今回もハンマーを使っております。で、ハンマーしか使ってませんので、ギルドカードの武器の使用も、ハンマーのみが、ついている仕様としてついている状況です。
Favorite armor skill? I played Monster Hunter twice. I couldn't get into it either time. It's too slow paced for me. The first time was the Wii game, Monster Hunter Tri. I think it's literally just 3. And I like that one a little more because I used it online and everything, which is out of character for me. And then I played the 3DS game, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, I think. And that was... It was kind of boring. I don't know. I've been told to try Monster Hunter World. I actually loved Monster Hunter, really. I know a lot of people do like it, and I want to get into it because it seems fun. It's just... I don't know. I can't get into it. Like, I really like the Wii one. The Wii one was actually pretty fun. But I can't... I don't know. I wanna try Rise because it seems different from the normal, from the standard Monster Hunter gameplay.
I saw one of Yomogi's feline helpers lying on the ground.
I mean, it's mostly an online experience.
Where the feline
kind of like Shadow of the Colossus, but it's not. You don't climb the dudes. You just kind of dodge away and then hit them with your broadsword, and then dodge away again, hit them with your broadsword, and keep doing that. That was the 3DS version anyway. That was so slow-paced, and I am not looking for slow-paced. I want to be able to, like, move. Like, I like being a tank,
I wanted an
but
iconic scene that would
don't
be recognized as Monster Hunter Rise just
that
by
much,
looking at the food
I
scene.
guess.
I decided to use elements that were different from those used in the past, such as
I like
meat
being
and
a
fish.
tank in defense,
I
not
personally
in
love sweets,
speed.
and since the theme for this game is Japanese, I decided
Usually
to use
goes hand in
Japanese
hand.
sweets
Usually.
as motif.
But there are times
And who
where it
doesn't like
doesn't.
sweets, right?
武器の方はですね、やっぱり新しい武器を加えるとしてもですね、今まである14武器種とはやっぱり違う遊びっていうのをしっかり、提供できるような武器種である必要がありますので、まあ今後についてはまあそういうアイデアがもし出てきたら、
I'm sure in the 3DS game, if I played longer, I could not have a broadsword and like have a weapon that doesn't make me as slow as a rock.
はい、そうですね。複数のチームもそうですし、今やっぱりゲーム作る時ってすごい、
It's mostly a multiplayer experience anyway. And I've never been that type of gamer, so
環境での開発を進めています。
That's probably why it doesn't hit me either, because like I'm always single player, plot based.
I wrote that down too. I was like, I love it.
Just go.
135 hours, Monster Hunter World, dual blades. That's where you
It's got 3 minutes.
No, dual blades.
Like that.
Dual blades.
I want dual blades.
100%. But nothing feels so satisfying.
Hey, you've
when
arrived.
you get that hit with the
How's
hammer.
it going?
It's so heavy, and it's just like,
It's been 2 hours.
They're on top of you. It's just too
Single player equals loner. I am a loner.
But you know, there's
Lone wolf.
I agree.
That's me.
There's like a certain kind of satisfaction when you finally get the wind up
right in the feels.
and the hit right out of the park.
Especially against the T-Rex.
Okay, well, it's not actually, it's not officially a T-Rex, Jack.
Going well, you're sleepy though?
The internet in your YouTube comments, correct?
I'm also kind of sleepy. I actually took
Thank you so much
a
for that,
small nap
Monster Hunter
before
AMA,
this.
of course. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions you want
I just
answered,
kinda
at
conked
E3,
out.
hashtag E32021, you can get your comments on the little ticker that goes by. And of course, we're running polls throughout this. We've been running polls all day long.
I was kind of wish I didn't conk out.
Coming up
Because I wanted to play around in Unity, but
as a rundown again of
I'll just
what
do
we
it tonight.
know officially
It's okay.
for Capcom. And of course, be hosted by our friend Seltzer. Then we know we're going to get stuff on the Great Ace Attorney.
Hall.
We're going to get stuff on Monster Hunter Rise. We're going to get stuff on Monster Hunter Stories
Door.
2. We're going to get Resident Evil.
Room.
That is what they have officially said. Of course,
So
I
warm
still
in my room, I
hope
don't like it.
more on Resident Evil
Open a
4
window.
VR. I hope more
Door.
on Resident Evil multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And then if
Turn
you
on
really
the
want
air.
to start dreaming, I know earlier you want to talk about Lost Planet.
I kind of miss it
Sorry,
getting
guys,
so
I
hot
went
in my
down the
room
rabbit hole.
because
I
it
wanna
used to
get
get really
this
hot
here.
in my
Although
old
it would be
room.
fantastic to have it, but let's
And I
focus
think
on
it's
what
just
we
because
already
of like
know.
the
I'm
lights
looking
and
forward to
stuff.
seeing what Resident Evil Village content they're planning to bring.
But I guess
Game's been a massive hit.
here it
I'm
doesn't
expecting them to
happen
come out, talk about that,
enough.
and also maybe give us some new stuff.
Yeah.
Open a window where it's warmer outside
Okay,
than
so
inside. Yeah,
I am
exactly.
not
You'll be
super
fine.
into puzzle mystery games, just
Okay.
being completely honest. But I mean, Ace Attorney
I don't know how it
totally
is in
plays to
Georgia.
me. Obviously, I'm a
Maybe
big
it's
weeb.
raining
I
there.
absolutely adore anime.
Got a
So
cool
just seeing the
breeze.
protagonist being like, objection.
Maybe it's
like,
snowing
I am
even.
absolutely 100%
If it was
here
snowing,
for it.
then Georgia
Also,
would be on
there's a
fire.
character in there named
So no,
Sherlock Sholmes.
it's sunny.
Of course.
I mean,
That's
that
how you get
alone.
on
It's
I'm
pretty
just
nice
like,
out here.
Exactly.
I went for a
like,
walk
I love
earlier
this, so I'm
today.
definitely
It was
here
nice.
for it.
Georgia can get hot.
So
Yeah.
smart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be getting it, of course, Ace Attorney, the Chronicles.
Thinking
the
Colorado.
Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, 2 games that were released in Japan, finally coming here on July 27th.
I don't know.
And
I'm
it's
thinking
about
of the
time.
Midwest in
This
general.
is what you've been waiting for, right?
Didn't like it there during the summer.
Presentation is starting in 5, 4, 3,
Good
2,
countdown.
1, go.
Yeah. Colorado has snow and it's a mountain right now. I'm not too surprised. That happens with mountains. Occasionally. Well, we got Capcom. Let's go. Don't spend, like, the entire thing on those 3 already released games. Please. Battle Network! Minish Cap remake! That would probably be shown at Nintendo. Have low hopes, no high hopes. No high hopes like Panic at the
Welcome to the Capcom E3 Showcase.
Hi, lady.
I'm your host, Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer, and I'll be your guide as
Seltzer.
we walk through
Okay.
the latest releases, news, and updates from Capcom. We'll hear from the Resident Evil Village team, share some news from the world of Monster Hunter, and get the latest on Ace Attorney.
Is that it?
Then we'll wrap up with some updates from our friends at Capcom Fighters. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Our first stop today, Resident Evil Village.
So
The Resident Evil franchise continues to pioneer the latest and greatest in survival horror. The team has been blown away by the response to Resident Evil Village, which launched last
I still want to
month.
play it.
It brought the world another chapter in this decades-long story.
If me and my friends can ever meet up, we would
25th anniversary this year. I'm honored to be able to
record it or stream it or whatever. Probably record it, like we did with 7.
Message for the fans.
Waiting for it to become free.
Another time.
Bye-bye.
I'm sure you are.
There's nothing to fear.
Where's Rose? She's everything to me.
I think it's time you left things in.
I don't know if it's spoilers or not, or if it's like going into the DLC.
Rest now.
I like how it's called Village. It's like my favorite thing about it.
Hi everyone, my name is Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village.
Who knows indeed.
I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's played since we launched the game in May. We hope you're enjoying this new chapter in survival horror.
Stream's being weird.
As a reminder, everyone who purchases Resident Evil Village will gain free access to our online multiplayer title, Resident Evil Re:Verse, where players go head-to-head with their favorite Resident Evil heroes and bioweapons.
Yeah, that was Leon.
I'm now
Claire.
to announce that Resident Evil Re:Verse
Agent.
will go live next month across all supported platforms.
Whoa.
So head into the fray to celebrate the Resident Evil 25th anniversary.
Something happened to Claire. She like exploded. Development has just started on additional DLC for Village. Okay. More info later. I mean, DLC was kind of expected. They did it for 7.
Thank you, Kanda-san, for that wonderful update. Next up, some long-awaited news from the world of Monster Hunter. Whether it's adventuring alongside monsters or battling them with friends.
Just realized she's wearing a Claire jacket.
First, let's dive into
kind
the
of.
brand new
I don't know if it's
story-based
meant to
RPG
be or not.
entry to the
It
series,
could just be a red leather
Monster
jacket.
Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin.
Oh yeah, forgot about this one. Looked cute. Her jacket's super sus. Nah, I doubt it means anything.
This was his fate.
Start the trailer with crying. Death.
Red may have been strong and skilled, but against the awesome power of nature, he was merely a man. He never stood a chance.
All around, things just kept getting worse.
I could probably get into a Monster Hunter RPG.
That Guardian Ratha had survived and returned to Hekolu Island. I went there to see Red's old monster again. Then, of course, that's when I met you.
Does that spoil the events of the first game?
You were given Red's kinship stone, and
The main character dies, probably?
This
Man.
is destiny.
Spoilers. That's okay. I didn't care.
monster, Razewing Ratha, the monster with the wings of ruin. It's said that a beat of its wings can bring about waves.
I don't know if Red is the main character or not, but I kind of assume stuff happens.
And the wings of ruin. The pits are appearing everywhere, and they're emitting a strange light.
It looks pretty good.
What's this whole idea of forming kinship with monsters? How do you control them?
It's not about control. Monsters help riders of their own will. And the bonds between monsters and riders are just like your bond with Tsukino.
What kind of power does Ratha really have? Why are all of these pits appearing? And
Have
who are
food
those
some
people who
AFK.
want
What
to
kind
take
of
Ratha
food
for
though? You
themselves?
gotta tell us.
All I have
It's
are
important.
questions.
If there's worry or doubt in your voice, Ratha will become anxious too. He needs to know that you will protect him no matter what.
Oh, look
I
at
can
the...
sense the flames of his life force weakening. The
burden of such great
I
power
always forget what the cats are called.
is too much for his body to bear.
A voice. Can you hear it?
Riders can bond with monsters. Surely you can groove with fellow humans.
Surely you can
They have
groove.
the power of kinship. They're friends. They're monsties. Humans carry the strength of everyone they meet. That makes them strong.
I like the character designs
My friends here taught me that.
and the graphics. Cell shading
Believe
is
in
just
the
always
strength
good.
of humanity.
I wouldn't mind checking out Monster Hunter Stories. What's the first one for? I want to say the first one's for a DS game, or a 3DS, maybe. Might have been Wii U. Free title updates. Oh, cool. They're crossing over with Rise. You can get the doggy. Hopefully it's not echoing through that. It sounded like it might have been loud enough to transfer your save data to the full game. Pre-order bonus. Ooh, amiibo. Cool. Always good to see more amiibo. Until they get scalped.
Looks pretty epic, right? And how about that
Epic.
announcement? The canine companion Palamute from Monster Hunter Rise will be joining Monster Hunter Stories 2 as one of the new monsties in the first free title update coming soon after the game's release. You can get an early peek at the game with the Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin trial version starting on June 25th, which also carries your progress over to the full game release just a few weeks later on July 9th. That's not the only way to join the hunt. Millions of you made Monster Hunter Rise a huge success earlier this year, and we have even more content coming.
Oh yeah, it's been
including
super
a new
popular.
collaboration on the Rise. Let's find out more.
Ha! She wordplay.
Let's go! This is for my fellow hunters!
June, July. So stuff is coming over from Stories to Rise 2 then?
Get ready.
Oh, okay, you get one of the...
What will it be? Moon's blessing emerge.
I do like that they're both crossing over with each other. That's pretty cool. Update. Event quests. Muddy Gras. Play possum gesture. Shadow shades. Music isn't very hype. It's nice though.
Think you can take on Rondine?
That's pretty cool. And now we're gonna move on to Ace Attorney stuff, I guess.
There has never been a better time to be a Monster Hunter fan, with all the new updates to Monster Hunter Rise and the launch of Monster Hunter Stories 2 this summer. We can't wait to hear about your own stories of adventure. Well, that's not the only thing Capcom has in store for us this July. Fans of Phoenix Wright will have new chapters to explore with the release of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. North American and European future attorneys will finally be able to get their hands on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, which were previously only available in Japan.
Yep. And
You'll
that's...
travel back in time to the late 19th century.
It's so good that they're bringing those over. Still never played any Ace Attorney games. Those will be stream games eventually.
Now let's hear more about the story.
But I am really glad that they're breaking out of Japan. Exclusive, region exclusives are just stupid. There's no reason.
Of the world. Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
This country is incredible. I will become a lawyer. I have to.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Who are you? Herlock Shows. You must have heard of me.
I'm sorry, hold on. You just say Herlock Sholmes? They just swapped around the... Is that his name? Herlock Sholmes? I hate it. No, put this back in Japan. I want horror streams. No. You get nothing.
The defense
That's awkward.
demands its right to a cross-examination.
Why is that his name?
Objection. Your testimony completely contradicts the facts.
His name's Ryunosuke?
Objection! My lord, with all due
Oh my
respect,
god.
this is an outrage.
It's what's his face? Miles Edgeworth. That's his name.
You're the best lawyer in the world.
That's good art too. That's really good art. I like that.
So we have 10 new cases and 8 mini escapades where you can take on the role of a defense attorney. Now, we all want to see some gameplay, right? Let's take a closer first look at 2 gameplay features new to the franchise in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles: Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination.
What?
Hello.
I want you to show Mega Man stuff.
Capcom's marketing brand manager for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
So
This makes sense to get some promotion though. Resident Evil 8 could have, and Monster Hunter, those didn't really need to be here, I guess, but whatever.
And Summation Examination, coming to the Ace Attorney series.
Did we ever get that one Ace Attorney game that was a crossover between Ace Attorney and Layden?
Conspicuous situations that require further examination with the help of Ryunosuke's legal aid Susato and the brilliance of deduction from Detective Herlock.
Why is that his name? Oh, a Russian.
Herlock will proceed to present his logic and reasoning spectacular, a grandiose yet flawed series of conjectures.
Dubious looking Russian. Detective Stupid. Stupid. If I'm ever gonna stream a horror game, like Resident Evil or whatever, or Silent Hill, then I'm going to have to do that, like, during Monday. Juan Johnson. Where is he? Juan Johnson. He's my favorite. A revolutionary on the run.
Ryunosuke and Susato will then discuss to correct the flaws in Herlock's
That's a lot of reading, though. I don't know how much gameplay there is in Ace Attorney. So, maybe it'd be better to not stream them.
To search for clues that help identify the errors in
the maybe I could do that after Yakuza. Like after all the Yakuzas, a Herlock cannot work without his Jotson. Don't you know?
As players present new evidence
you can
and
look
observations, Herlock will amend his deductions based on the new information. Upon uncovering the truth, Ryunosuke and Herlock enter into a semi-metaphorical, semi-literal dance that brings them to the conclusion of the dance of deduction.
It's not a man at all, you're a woman. I love the gestures. I feel like it should have voice acting. She's pretty.
In courtroom battles, players will attempt to convince 6 jurors of the innocence of their client.
Courtroom battles.
The progress will be displayed and represented by 2 scales of justice, one black, representing a guilty verdict, and one white, representing a not guilty verdict.
Huh.
Objection! In summation examination, take the stand to face off against the jurors, all of whom provide explanations as to why they've reached their guilty verdict.
I would be terrible at these. I don't know how to be a...
You'll have to identify conflicting statements and sway the jury in your favor. Examine each statement carefully and select 2 contradicting jurors to call out the flaws.
I'm stupid. These would go great.
Objection.
Sounds hard. Oh yeah, it's probably... probably ridiculously hard.
Be ready to provide evidence from the court record to help prove the contradiction in their claims. When you successfully point out one of these contradictions,
That man was
to the
sleeping.
jurors, you might just change their minds too. With a slam of their fist, each juror you persuade will send
I
a
mean,
fiery ball towards the scales
I
above,
feel like I would be
literally tip
good
the
at
scales of
it
justice in your favor.
if I'm not streaming it,
Bring each
but if I'm
contradiction to
streaming
light
it,
and persuade the jury to help prove
I
your
pay
client's
less
innocence.
attention somehow.
Objection!
I feel like I
My
do
lord, with all
anyway.
due respect, this is an outrage. This has just been a small taste of the exciting new
Music is
gameplay
really good.
features in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are very excited to get this game in the hands of both new fans and diehard fans alike. Thanks for watching.
I think all the Ace Attorney games
Seems
are on
like I have a bunch of games to
PS4.
catch up on. There are some exciting new adventures and titles to look forward to. Well, that's a look at the new premieres from Capcom, but what about esports? Let's close out today's showcase with a few words from 2 of the stars of Capcom Fighters.
Don't.
Rob TV and Vicious.
No.
They'll tell
What's
us
your
what's
name?
been going
Seltzer?
on with
Don't.
Capcom esports, including
No
updates on
esports.
the Capcom Pro Tour,
That
Intel
can have its
Halo
own
5,
thing, please.
Street Fighter League, and all the other content on Capcom Fighters. Over to you guys.
No. No. No.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Capcom esports presentation for E3 2021. My name is Vicious, commentator for the Capcom Pro Tour as well as Street Fighter League, here with competitive Street Fighter
Esports,
V
yeah.
host extraordinary Hollywood, Rob TV. What's going on, Rob?
Oh my goodness, Vicious. Host extraordinaire. That just sounds beautiful. It has a ring to it.
I feel like I've
And
seen
think
that guy
that's a
before.
Perfect word to
He must be,
describe what we have
like,
for
big
everyone
in
today.
the esports
Street
crowd.
Fighter 5, Capcom E3. It just feels right, and you feel the electricity in the air. Nice.
Was that Street Fighter?
And
What was
there might be
it?
some people at home, Vicious, who don't
Who
fully
are these
know
people?
what competitive Street Fighter 5 is.
Wait, what's
the
that?
long and the short of it is this. We travel all around the world, state to state, country to country, and we try to bring our opponent's life bar from 100 all the way down to 0 and feel pretty goddamn good doing it.
Well,
That's right, Rob.
yeah.
If you think you're the best in your region, sign up for Capcom Pro Tour
how that works.
to become possibly a world champion at Street Fighter.
Aaron would get a kick out of this. He loves esports. He goes to all the fighting tournaments and
CPT overall,
he's big in
it's
Skullgirls
a series of tournaments that
scene.
have $5,000 on the line for each tournament, but that money alone, that's not what's really at stake here. It's about making it to the granddaddy of them all, Capcom Cup.
The Capcom Cup.
Just resetting grand finals of Capcom Cup.
So behind me, you can see in all of its glory, the Capcom Pro Tour 2021 official stage and set.
and that's a place that you are very, very
Why'd they
familiar
blur
with.
out the Red Bull?
We take all of our events and
Why'd they take
broadcast
so
live
long to
from
blur
the
out the Red
stage,
Bull the
and
second
we check
time?
out all of the top competitors from each and every one of these regions. And speaking of, the Capcom Pro Tour has shaped up a lot. 2021, we have 32 events going on in the Capcom Pro Tour, spanning across 19 different territories. So there's so many opportunities for players from around the world to get that ticket into Capcom Cup this season. I'm absolutely excited because, again, that is a big change from what 2020 was into what we could expect for 2021.
And Mago is your first qualifier for Japan for the Capcom Pro Tour.
Not only can you catch the Capcom Pro Tour live on the Capcom Fighters channel, you can do so on a plethora of platforms. We have it on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter.
I want them to release another Marvel vs. Capcom, actually.
All the competitive studying you would need to become a successful Street Fighter V player, as well as
shout out to Phoenix Wright being the best fighter in that game.
We have No Neutral, the official pre-show of the Capcom Pro Tour. We have sets where we take players from around the world and play off in an exhibition first to 10. Not only that,
apparently
actually,
Infinite was bad.
Street Fighter League that's happened season after season, non-stop action, 6 teams of 3 duke it out in this battle tournament series to see who will walk away with the championship and the $150,000 prize pool.
Street Fighter League is something that you don't want to miss because normally we only have 1v1 content. But now you actually have your teammates at your back, and every decision that you make is not just about you anymore.
Look for more news on Street Fighter League later this year.
It's Oki time. What's going to happen? Nice. He checks it. He checks the movement. What's happening?
I want to know who that character is. It's like a robot with a tornado stomach.
The Intel World Opening is happening right now. Top players representing 11
I don't know what
regions
that
around the world
means.
are competing for their place in the World Finals happening next month. Be sure to check out the official website for more information, including current standings and broadcast schedule.
To commemorate this event, everyone who logged in during this period will receive an exclusive competitor title and dojo object. You do not want to miss this.
I highly recommend everyone to stay tuned for future Capcom Pro Tour updates on the Capcom Fighters channel.
And again, we've had so many events so far. We started off with the Japan region. We've had a couple of more events going on.
Where's the Mega Man stuff?
The action does not stop. In fact, we're going to be continuing off with the
Street Fighter stuff
region for the Capcom Pro Tour. I know you're definitely excited about that.
100%. I mean, of course, your boy is from Ohio. Make sure you guys tune in to see the tournament.
You do not want to miss some of the best Street Fighter
Why is that guy on fire?
in the world compete head to head.
So it's you.
I dare you to find better Street Fighter. I dare you.
This is a game about being a world warrior.
Why aren't you on fire? I'll be on fire later. I'll set myself on fire. Probably outside. This is dangerous in here.
So many people here.
That's what I'm talking about. I told you it's gonna go to the limit, and I landed the beat.
You got that glowing Akuma back. Nice.
This is Capcom Pro Tour.
Guile's hair bothers me.
Thanks, guys. It's been a really exciting season so far, and I can't wait to see how this plays out on the road to Capcom Cup.
You're not gonna watch
Remember to
Seltzer?
check out Capcom Fighters Twitch and
Don't
YouTube
lie.
channels for more information and to watch the latest matches. So that's a wrap for Capcom at E3 this year. Let's recap what we all saw.
no.
Resident Evil Village is back with the latest installment of the survival horror experience
Oh no.
and RE-verse as part of the franchise's 25th anniversary. We have new adventures to embark on in the world of Monster Hunter with Monster Hunter Stories 2,
I mean-
Rings of Ruin, and Monster Hunter Rise. And don't forget to go back in time with the great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
The most
history of
worthy
Phoenix Wright
thing
and solving
that was
cases.
shown
Finally, don't miss
is
out
the
on
Ace
esports
Attorney
fun.
stuff, because like
Make
that's
sure you catch
actually
the
really
latest
big,
matches with Capcom
because
Fighters.
it
There really is
hasn't,
something for everyone here today.
because it's coming
But
from
don't go
Japan
anywhere
and
yet.
everything.
Join the conversation on
It's been
Twitter
out
and
for
make sure you
years,
check
but
out the Capcom virtual booth
North
on the
America and
E3
Europe's
portal
first
to
time
watch
getting
all
it,
these videos
so-
again and more. I'm Rachel Querico,
But like
aka
the DLC
Seltzer.
stuff, that
Thank
could have been
you for
announced in
being
like
part
a
of the
tweet
Capcom
or
experience
something.
E3 this year.
That didn't really. The esports thing, I learned nothing. Probably because I was spacing out the entire time. How could you do this to me, Seltzer? I'm such a big fan of you. What a shame. What a shame. Alright, well, The only other thing today is Razer, and they don't make games, as far as I know. So, yeah. When is the Razer thing? Razer is at...
Welcome back, and that is a wrap on Capcom's presentation. I thought that rhymed for a
Oh,
second.
it's at
and
5.
I was gonna go, that rhymed, and then I was like, that didn't
So
rhyme.
it would be starting right now.
You saw the
2020 really did a number on games for last year and this year. Yeah,
at
no,
all.
no
Just,
kidding. Holy
day
crud.
3, and just
I'm
feeling
almost
it.
worried for
Feeling it.
Nintendo tomorrow. They
Not
should,
gonna lie, though,
they
that
should,
certainly
in
got me
theory,
amped.
have
We saw a lot
good
of great
stuff.
titles there, and we're gonna go into more depth about Great Ace
Oh,
Attorney
COVID.
Chronicles
Oh
and
boy.
all the stuff that we saw drop as Resident Evil.
I know a
But
lot
we
of
wanted to
people on
focus
Twitter are
Monster
saying that
Hunter
they
a
should
little
have
bit
just
more
skipped
here.
this year too.
Without a doubt, I am
'cause
absolutely hyped for Monster Hunter Stories 2. Wings
E3
of
got
Ruin.
canceled last
That was
year.
a new trailer that we saw, and that one got me
man.
in the feels.
It's the one where, and I think I saw this on the internet.
Ridiculous.
Wrong, everybody, but the first
I don't know if I
Monsters
should be worried.
Seems like people weren't familiar with the term Monsties, and now we all are. So hashtag
Tomorrow,
Monsties,
10
get it out there
a.m.
right now.
I am
10
all
a.m.
about hashtag,
That is
yeah,
Nintendo.
But
10 a.m.
for me, when it
Nintendo.
comes to these narrative stories, the story
Bandai
has to be good,
is
you know what I mean? And
what?
it's hard to tell with
It's at a
these
weird
game
time.
trailers sometimes.
It's at
Like, I'll be like, okay,
4:45.
this gameplay looks fantastic, or the animation
For some
is there,
reason.
but am I going to get into
I
the
have
story?
no
And
clue.
somehow this trailer conved that. I think for me, what
Why?
stood out
Why
was,
4:45?
hearing,
Who does
I think
that?
it
Just
was
push it the extra
Michael's
5
new
minutes.
crush.
Like
She's like, I love
Bandai,
white-haired girls
buddy,
with red eyes. He like lit
friendo.
up as soon as
that sounds
You work at 11
lady
though, so
came
you
up
can
on the
watch
screen,
it.
but I
You
think
can
she
watch
was, like,
it.
telling
You
the
can watch it.
protagonist
Skip
something
your
like,
skip
you know,
your
this monster
dumb
can sense fear, it
hour-long
can
morning
sense
routine
anxiety,
and
Monstie.
watch it.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Or like prepare
I
the night
didn't
before,
say
which is
that.
now.
Why they didn't change the name to Monstie Hunter? I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I mean,
They should have
Monster
changed the
Hunter,
name to Monster
but
Hunter.
anyway, yeah, like that really resonated
Are they not
with
gonna?
me, 'cause I
I'm
think
curious if
that,
they'll go to Razer.
You know, we all have that challenge, right?
But
we all
hour-long
deal with
routine.
anxiety, we all
No,
deal with
go away.
fear, and we
I
kind
don't
of
know.
have that monster within us that we're always battling,
No.
right? So
All right, I'm
that sounded
stopping.
so cheesy, but it definitely connected with me.
No,
like,
I
Have fun
for me
wasting
personally,
time
like,
with your
as
hour-long
somebody who
routine.
does love
I'm going to be
Monster
back
Hunter series,
tomorrow
yeah,
morning
give Monster Hunter Stories
with
1
Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
And so seeing this trailer for it and be like, oh man, this plays a lot more like an anime than it does a Monster
I'm
Hunter.
gonna
It's
lower
that
my
interesting.
expectations
It is
a little
interesting
bit.
to
They
see
have to have
that
something
more
on Breath of the
mechanics
Wild
in
too,
the game,
though.
not mechanics
They
in
have
the
to. There's
terms
no
of,
way.
you know, what weapons
Anything.
you're using, what monsters you're seeing, what
They
the
have
world
to on
really
Metroid Prime
is
4 as well.
using it in different
Like
settings.
those,
I'm with you.
those two are their heavy hitters.
Oh man, I must not have given the first
And Smash. I mean,
just
we're gonna
think
have a
that,
Smash fighter, that's for sure.
sometimes, you know, these trailers, they go so
Because Sakurai's
off
been
being like, look
pumping
at all
those
the
out
action, look at how cool
for a
this
good
is.
amount
Like,
of
here's
time.
these awesome visuals, and I felt like they were like, no, like this has a lot of heart to it.
Yeah.
So
All right,
definitely-
adios.
Very little gameplay in it to be at all, right?
Really,
when
yeah.
they finally got to a battle, I was like, oh, this is what battle
Go away,
is.
Razer.
I didn't realize that's how it was.
Nobody cares.
They definitely laid heavy